Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's June 13th, 2023, and today it's warm. It's been warm 3 days in a row. It's going to be about 29, feels like 34 with the humidex today. It's been nice. Then we're going to get some rain maybe later on tonight and then into tomorrow. So we'll get back into the wet stuff again, which I guess the rest of the country really needs for the wildfires. I think all of our wildfires are now out after having a week of rain. And then now we've had 3 days of sun and heat, and then we're gonna get some more rain again. So that's the weather story from here in New Brunswick. Hoping that the conditions in other parts of the country improve so they can get their fires under control as well. Now today I'm in the library because I thought I'd tell you a story about 2013. So what happened in 2013? Well, let's see. Words like twerk and selfie were first introduced to the dictionary. So those are things that we hear of more and more. Maybe not twerk, but some people probably are still twerking if they're happy and dancing away on the dance floor. But certainly selfies, everyone knows all about selfies now. Those were introduced in 2013 into the dictionary. What else happened in 2013? Well, there was a new pope, and the first pope from Latin America, Pope Francis, became Pope. That happened in 2013. But really, I'm not about to go through and tell you a story about everything that happened in 2013. What I want to do is show you what Canada put out for a stamp album, all the stamps that came out in 2013. So it's not going to be necessarily a look at 2013, but a look at some of the past that were introduced in 2013. So if you're interested in stamps and philately, we're going to look at this collection of Canadian stamps from 2013. The cover is going to give you a snapshot of some of the stamps that were produced that year. And I think you'll enjoy it. If you've enjoyed watching the other shows that I've put out or episodes I've put out about Canadian stamps, we're now getting into these special albums that my father collected each year, and that they come out every year. So we continue to get them for the collection. And so let's have a look. Why not? We're here anyways in the library. Let's have a look at a book. Although the library is comfortable, in order to do this properly and give it the justice it requires, we need to have a table to put this down on. So this is what you have. The book comes out like this. And then we're going to open up and see what's inside. Like any good book, you open it up and you got a table of contents talking about everything that's going to be in the book. We have a message from Deepak Chopra, who was the President and Chief Executive Officer of Canada Post in 2013. And then we start getting into the images. The images of Year of the Water Snake. Love this long stamp. This one's kind of coming out of the page a little bit. Icons of Pride. Here you can see some of the small Canadian stamps. Everything that has a Canadian flag image on it, depicted in that sheet of stamps. Babies will be babies. So we have an animal series of stamps that is coming out, or that came out. 2013. And here are the stamps. Baby bears, baby deer, woodchucks. The public life. There was once Prince Charles, now King Charles III and his mother. Here's the stamp that's depicted. Public life. So you've got some images of the royal family there. Honorary Canadian. This is Raoul Wallenberg, and why he was a hero, the whole story of what happened, and the stamp that he was given as a result. You can see his dates there from 1912 to 1947. legends of our time. Oliver Jones here. His accomplishments. Canada's King of Jazz, he was called. This page stuck together here. We'll go back. Joe Fortis, the famous lifeguard from Vancouver. There's a good story there. I've mentioned him before. Telling the stories. These are astrology signs. And there are the zodiac stamps. And then the floral stamps that came out. You can see here my father's put in an extra stamp, so he's got the sheet, plus he put an extra one in there as well that he had. Sorry. I'll lose the page. The birth of an art form. So here we have artist stamps. There are a lot of different ones that are depicted here. And here are their stamps. 150 years of photography. Also, sheet of stamps here as well. And then 150 years of service. Prince of Wales' own regiment, one of Canada Force's oldest and most decorated. And there's their stamp. Ooh. You're getting a shot of the desk. Got some puppies and cats, friends for life. So here are the stamps that came out for those. Interesting about these ones is they came in different sizes. So you had two different stamps, but different sizes as well. And there's some cats and a bird. Really like that grouping. The harmonious form. Early Chinese immigrants. Gates of Chinatowns that we have across the country. And if you've been to any of the Chinatowns, these gates are incredible. And here are the stamps that came out to depict those gates. Once again, my father was throwing in an extra stamp there because he had two of those, so he thought, oh, I'll just put it in there. That's why you have that as it is. Portrait of the Queen. Making a difference in lives. This stamp is depicted for Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Canada. Freedom of the open road, getting into motorcycles. Here are the early motorcycles that were depicted in the stamps. So you got a top view and a side view of the bikes. Lots of images and stories of how motorcycles have been used in Canada. Here we have there we go, that's the best way I can get it here. The tide turns, so we've got some people that are represented here in their history from the War of 1812. We have stamps for children's storybook, Stella. The Guess Who, famous Canadian rock band. As it says here, Canada's rock royalty. Songs like American woman. And Rush, there's another Canadian icon band. Tragically Hip. There's Tragically Hip. One of my favorite bands. Beau Dommage, I don't know, but must be a large French band. Canada's master storyteller. There's the stamp for him. Robertson Davies. Canada's hockey teams. Showing some of the history with the original size of the Stanley Cup. The uniforms way before helmets, men and women playing. Heroes of hockey, Montreal Canadian greats there. Vancouver Canucks, Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens, the Ottawa Senators, the Edmonton Oilers, Wayne Gretzky there, of course, Winnipeg Jets, Calgary Flames, and then the stamps that depict them. Unfortunately, not all these teams are having the best of seasons of late, but hopefully we'll get back to it. And there you can see them again with the hockey puck stamps as well. My team being the Montreal Canadiens. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's, of course, Superman, who was created by a Canadian. So we're putting that here. He was first illustrated. Here's the stamp that came out at the time for Superman. And then all these lovely ones too. I don't have as many pop stamps coming out now. Pop art, pop culture. So hopefully we get back to that again. Triumph and Spirit. Service stamp. Baker's Son. Christmas collection of stamps that came out that year. And you can see the value of postage too, $1.85 to mail internationally, now $2.71. $1.10 to mail to the United States is now $1.30, and 63 cents, which is now 94 cents, or 92 cents to mail within Canada. And there you have the end of the book. It tells you the specifics of each stamp. Another great year illustrated by Canada Post, year 2013 this time. Some cool stamps came out that year. I do apologize if the camera was a little shaky as I was trying to hold the camera as well as turn the pages of the book at the same time. Didn't always work out the best in filming. I may come up with a better way, but I like this perspective of me looking at the book at the same time as you look at the book. Now, if you really do want to read every page and get to know everything, these books are out there. You can find them on eBay and things. Collector shops still have them. So they are possible. If you haven't gotten them in your collection at the time, they still can be collected. Otherwise, if it's something you're interested in, every year one of these comes out. So maybe you start your collection this year. Get the new 2022 one that came out in December, or wait till this December and get the 2023 one. Whatever you want to do. They're kind of nice, so I'm glad that Dad had these ones that I could show off and show you what's happened in the past. Well, we'll continue to do that, get into 2014 and beyond as time goes on. It seems like there's been so many other videos coming out, but I wanted to get another stamp video out. I wanted to get another one that was going to showcase Canada, even though I am going to get into a new video soon showcasing a few different other countries. I'm able to do that when people send things to me, and I'm also able to do that by going through my father's collection and picking out a country and just having a quick peek through there and see what stamps he's collected from that country. So keep pace, keep watching. If you enjoy these type of things, subscribe, like, leave me a comment. Especially new subscribers, I love hearing from you and where you're from, what you're interested in. Gives me an idea what sort of videos you're watching and enjoying too. So keeps my content fresh. There's going to be some stuff coming up this weekend. This actually is a really busy weekend coming up here. It's going to be Father's Day. We also have the Snowbirds, which is Canada's acrobatic fighter jets are coming to town. And so there's going to be parachute displays happening. There's military vehicles on display. Also this weekend is the Highland Games. I've done a video on that in the past, so I may get another video about that. We'll see how time goes and what the weather's like, but that's taking place this weekend. And there's a few other things too that are taking place this weekend here in town. So I hope to get a few videos, at least of some of the things that are taking place. And hopefully you'll come along for the ride. Till then, have a magical week.
What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye.